Hello, creative freelancers and solopreneurs. Welcome to Coaching for Creatives. My name is McKay, and I am the host of this twice monthly live broadcast to share with you pricing, marketing, mindset, and other business tips that are going to help you live that dream of making a living and having a life doing work that you love. Today's conversation is all about pricing. I did promise you that the next month or so we are going to talk about how can we do less, feel better, and earn more. And we're starting with the earn more part of the conversation. I want to talk to you about how does price influence your sales? Or even more specifically, how much does your pricing strategy or your revenue strategy, how much does that actually matter and influence your marketing and your sales conversations? I propose to you that your price has a huge influence on how you market and how successful you are at selling your creative services. So, as working freelancers, I am absolutely convinced that you have probably heard every single pricing opinion out there. Things like never discount your services, or maybe you should offer a discount to incentivize people. Or maybe you've heard something about, oh, you should really price yourself super low when you're just starting out in a market or when you don't have a lot of experience. It's a great way to get your foot in the door. Or never discount your services, never price them low. It's a race to the bottom. You've probably heard a lot of different opinions and ideas about pricing your services. And I don't know whether or not you've considered how much your price influences your ability to market. Let me talk to you about that a little bit. There's a lot of pricing strategies that we think about when we're choosing a number. Many of us, when we first started out in the beginning of our freelancing career, we just were like, I don't know what to charge. What is my neighbor charging? What is my colleague charging? What is somebody else who's already in the marketplace charging? And whatever they're charging, I'm going to charge that for a little bit lower or similar. That is actually a positioning strategy. You may not have heard it called that, you may not be familiar with it, but it is a pricing strategy to intentionally go out and research what your competitors or colleagues are doing in that same market. What are other photographers, graphic designers, web developers, copywriters, illustrators, what are they charging to a similar market, so that you can strategically position yourself against what the market is. You can position yourself as a super high priced, high quality service provider by choosing a price that positions you in the market. By saying, I'm going to be this high quality, high priced service provider, that would then influence how your marketing looks, and it would influence your sales process and how effectively you could sell to your target market. Now, vice versa, if you want to say, hey, I want to be the top of the line, the cream of the crop, the high-end photographer, but I'm only going to charge this amount of money, there becomes this disconnect for the person who is looking at your services, saying, okay, all their marketing says high quality, high end, luxury, high service, but then their price doesn't match that. There's a disconnect between how the price you've chosen and the marketing or sales strategy that you have selected. Choosing our pricing strategy can really impact and influence how we market our services and how we talk about ourselves. That's one thing to consider. Some of us may have thought about, I really want to create passive income or recurring revenue. One of the ways to do that is to choose a revenue collection strategy. Revenue collection strategies can also be used to influence your sales. If you feel like your price might be a little bit high for your target market, If you include a revenue collection strategy, i.e. you create installment payments for them, or you spread it out over, you have a retainer, and then you have a midway through, and then you have a completion payment, or maybe they have a creation fee, and then they have usage or licensing fees as they need them. So you can actually set up how you price to influence whether or not it's easier for your prospects to say, oh, okay, it's more than I wanted to spend, but I'm able to spread the spending out over installments and over separate payments. That also creates recurring revenue for you, recurring money coming in. It helps you to even out some of that cash flow of the gig economy that can create some crazy roller coasters sometimes. I'd love to hear from you whether or not the pricing strategy and the revenue collection strategy that I shared with you, whether either of those is new for you. The main thing to consider though is that marketing is all about using everything that we can to connect with our clients, to align with our clients, and to be able to help them to know, like, and trust us so that they can buy from us. And that trust piece can often be the thing that gets derailed when we get to a pricing conversation, because the pricing may not match the marketing that they've already heard, or may not match the sales style that you're doing. For instance, if you were going to be super formal in your sales conversations, where you're going to have multi-page contracts and you're going to be super formal in your language and super formal in the whole process, but you're selling a $50 item, that may feel like it's a disconnect in the sales and marketing process with the cost or the price of the item. For many of us, if we're spending less than $500, we expect that to be very, very fast. For some of us, the threshold is if I'm spending less than $5,000, I don't want it to be a long, drawn out process. For some of us, $500, we want to know everything. We want the long, drawn out process. A lot of times, whether or how much your price impacts your sales and your marketing conversation can depend a lot on who your clients are, where you want to be positioning yourself in the marketplace, and who you are as a brand. The main message is that price is actually part of your marketing and sales, and as much as how you present your offers. Are you only doing custom pricing? Do you have packages or preset offers in mind? Yes, your package, your product, your price, your positioning, and how you promote it and talk about it. It's all part of the marketing and sales conversation. I really want to help you dial in your price and make sure that you feel 100% confident with your price, both your pricing strategy and your revenue collection strategy. If you would like some help with that, please check out our upcoming Price for Profit Masterclass. It's going live in March, and I think this might be the last time, maybe until fall, that it's going to be an actual live workshop, 2 days, hands-on with me and my magical spreadsheet. Oh, yes. Please do check out the Price for Profit Masterclass coming up in March, or reach out, book a call with me, and let me help you figure out the best next step for you to get confident with your pricing, your strategy for pricing, and how that might influence and impact your marketing and sales. All right, folks, thank you for joining me. Thank you for listening to the replay. I appreciate you. I will see you here very soon. Thanks so much. I'm McKay, and this has been Coaching for Creatives.